Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, what are we talking about? The Extraordinary X-Men. That's right, guys. We are in issue number 6 of this. What? Then does this come out in like November or October? Well, regardless, we're already on issue number 6, and this book has been pretty good for me. I've enjoyed it. Jeff Lemire is the writer on this. Usually Humberto Ramos does the artwork, but we get a filler artist this time around, and this one is Victor Abanez. Now, to show you the way the artwork looks in this book, it was pretty good. There's no real over-exaggeration like Humberto Ramos does. The characters are all proportionate to their, to their heads and their bodies and whatnot. And the colors looked a little different. Maybe, I don't know if it's not as the same as usual, not as bright as his with Roberto Ramos, and some of the facial features looked a little different, but overall the artwork, it did work for me, and it's a fine filler artist for this particular issue. So yeah, pretty cool artwork. So what did I think of this particular story this time around? Well, in this particular issue, this kind of kicks off a new story arc. As we get to see in the last issue, Storm gave her huge speech about the mutants and how she's willing to help every mutant and try to coexist, obviously, with the humans and deal with the whole Inhumans thing as well. So she promised to help every single mutant. So what happens is our group winds up in the middle of Weird World, and this new Marvel universe is really using Weird World as an avenue for things. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but we keep going back there with certain things and certain titles and whatnot. So they go to Weird World because they get the call. They get this call from Cerebra. She's been doing some searching and finding out that there's other mutants that are in the island. And so as the issue progresses, we get to go back in the past. So the book winds up starting off 5 hours, and then it goes to a current event, and then it goes back an hour, and then it goes to a current event. So it flashes back in times before the actual mission starts. In this book, we get to see Colossus. He's having a tough time dealing with Nightcrawler's situation. He's lost his tail. They fixed it. He's depressed. He doesn't quite remember everything that was going on. So he's very traumatized. And Colossus feels that it's his obligation to try to help him, but he's not responding back. And so the other mutants give him a role, a purpose, to help some of the younger X-Men that are involved in this team, because they feel like they're not part of the X-Men, that they just watch and they see things from a distance. And he kind of takes on the responsibility of, hey, you know what? Right away, we're going to go to Danger Room and we're going to train you. And, he takes them under his wing. And what happens here with Ileana is that she talks to this other mutant. Her name is Sapna. And we find out that there's more than one realm in this limbo area. And she opens them all up. And it was really interesting to see that Ileana didn't even realize this, and she's got to explore all these different types of realms. So as the issue progresses, we wind up seeing good character moments between all the X-Men, which was really nice, as we haven't really got to see that. And then we also get to see my favorite relationship in this book is actually Old Man Logan and Iceman. Old Man Logan's always calling him like Snowball, and when they go on this road trip, Iceman just sits there and says, "Oh, great! Don't forget your denture cream and your diaper and your adult diapers." They're always ragging on each other, and that's really cool. And I think that kind of reminds you of what the X-Men are. It's that original cohesiveness that this book is trying to build those relationships here, and I enjoy that here. There's also a thing with a good continuity thing with the Old Man Logan that came out about Logan referencing back to him drinking beer, and he was looking in the wastelands. He didn't get to drink any beer, so I thought that was pretty neat as well. So I like the relationships on how they're developing in this particular issue. And And then by the time we get to the end of it, we find out that there was this one mutant in particular that was very important to the X-Men that they have to find, and this was Logan's job to find him. And no matter what he does, he can't hurt him. And the discovery that they find at the end of this issue was that they found the other mutants, but it was also Sunfire. And I was like, damn, Sunfire. I'm like, I haven't seen that guy in a while, And so after I got done reading this book, I sat there, I closed it, I looked at the roster, and I'm like, this is reminding me more and more of the original X-Men book. When you look at some of the characters, if you take out Cerebra and Ileana, in this book, you pretty much got most of the original, 13 members or whatever. I mean, you have Storm, you have Iceman, you have Colossus, you have Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, Logan, Sunfire's being played into the mix here. So after reading this book and the way the tone of the book is and how everyone interacts with each other, it's reminded me a little bit more and more of a X-Men or Uncanny X-Men book. Out of all of them so far, I feel like it's the closest. Now that I'm 6 issues in and we got the other story arc out of the way, this issue made me feel that. And so I really enjoyed this one. So between Old Man Logan and Extraordinary X-Men, written by the same person, I think Jeff Lemire is nailed it right on the head this time around, and I gotta give this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. A lot of jumping around, but nevertheless, it was still a really good book. So we'll see what happens going forward with this. And right now, this is my probably favorite X-Men book that there is out there. I guess the only person that they're missing is Cyclops. Will he join too? I don't know. We'll see. But nevertheless, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Now it's time for you guys to leave your comments below what you thought of Extraordinary X-Men issue number 6. Do you agree with my theories? Do you disagree? Always looking forward to those comments. I read every single one of them. I respond as many as I can. And fans, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Don't forget to check out Comic Book Corner Old School, where I relive the glory days of our favorite comics, of what made them so great today. And fans, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, guys. Bye.